that verse was, he's giving people like moments, you know, like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now at this point in time? Okay.
The year is 2013. It's March. MTV drops the hottest MCs list at the time. A top 10 list. You know who sits at number 1? Kendrick Lamar. You know who sits at number 5? Drake. You know who's not even on that list? J. Cole. And obviously when you make a top 10 list in such a competitive genre of music, people are going to get upset. People are going to feel a type of way. You got Drake phoning in to Hot 97, talking to Angie Martinez in the morning, complaining, bitching about the list. Kanye West going on rants about the list as well. And obviously, people felt a type of way. But do you know who was quiet while all this moaning was going on? While all this critiquing and criticizing of said list? Kendrick Lamar. Fast forward. Drake does what Drake does best. He starts to take subtle shots to throw shade. We get 5 a.m. in Toronto. And some shade being stirred here about all this list, about where he stands, kind of how he feels his place in, the slights that he feels. There's some shade being thrown. And then, of course, you get the Jodeci freestyle with J. Cole. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to fellow YouTuber J. Nolan, who did a really good video covering this very topic. But it really is a topic that I think needs more attention. It needs more appreciation as we dive back, as we put together timelines, as we appreciate this long-standing rivalry, this long-standing history and beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and also where does J. Cole fit into the picture. But I think this is a really, really interesting moment in hip-hop and really a Groundhog's Day moment, because we have point blank an example of J. Cole and Drake being on a track together, talking their shit. And what happens? What happens? Months later, we get the infamous Kendrick Control verse, which shakes up the hip-hop world. Fast forward to over a decade later. You have a track, first-person shooter. You have J. Cole. You have Drake. Yet again, talking about their place, talking about their shit, talking about their legacy and how they feel. And what happens afterwards? We get yet another Kendrick verse where he responds. And yeah, I think in this case, history does repeat itself. I think it's really interesting and why we're going to dive into the Jodeci freestyle right here, right now.
Yeah. 26 on my third GQ cover. Your new shit sound like you do covers of all of my old shit. Oh shit, I'm devoted to making sure that shit goes unnoticed. Swear you niggas is hopeless. I should run a clinic for niggas that think they winning on some cold shit. 50 M's for a 3-month road trip. I see straight through them like fish tanks with no fish in them. Drizzy still got some 06 in them. IRS all in my books getting they matlock on. All this capital, it's like I left the caps lock on.
Hey.
It's like every time I plot a return, I seem to shift the game. See, I can still talk keys without pitching cane. Pay yourself and owe yourself. Before you come to my city, just know yourself, know where you at. I'm good in every town, I'ma be there doing shows where you at. The lights hitting, women screaming like Jodeci's back, nigga.
But that's where the feeling is. That's where it all is.
Jodeci, man. Makes me think of the Puff documentary, watching that and his time at Uptown Records with Jodeci.
It goes unnoticed, swear you niggas all of my old shit. 6 on my third GQ cup.
Let's break down some of this. Again, the setup's key.
Yeah. 26 on my third GQ cover. Your new shit sound like you do covers of all of my old.
My third GQ cover. Drake wanting to let us know his success, his legacy at the time. Then obviously flipping covers. You sound like you're just doing covers. You don't make original music. I don't think that's a Kendrick shot. A lot of people speculated at the time. It's more of a Chris Brown shot. It's one of those typical Drake lines. It's low key. He knows who he's talking about. Not everyone does. It can be interpreted however you want to know. If you're on the inside track, then you probably will know.
26 on my third GQ cover. Your new shit sound like you do covers of all of my old shit. Oh shit, I'm devoted to making sure that shit goes unnoticed. Swear you niggas is hopeless. I should run a clinic for niggas that think they winning on some cold shit. 50 M's for a 3-month road trip. I see
50 M's for a 3-month road trip. Talking about his tour. Right on the back of the tour. And for me, again, talking about the Drake and Kendrick history. They did go on tour together. Drake took Kendrick on tour. He also took A$AP Rocky on tour. And I think it just goes to show if you know how A$AP feels about Drake, you know how Kendrick feels about Drake nowadays. Like, they got to spend some quality time with the man. And obviously, things went a different way from there. And I think one of the other keys, too, is the Kendrick Lamar of the year before this. The year before this drop, Drake's starting to feel a certain type of way because word got to him about Kendrick Lamar laughing on the bus about the DMX interview. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk, the way that you dress, everything. And we all know Kendrick knows that because Kendrick used it later on in one of his disses against Drake over a decade later. But yeah, there's that starting to bubble up. So you have that situation. Then you have the list come out. You have Kendrick Lamar being number one. Drake, we all know his ego. We all know his nature, right? He's not really going to stand for that. He's not going to be happy about that. So this is all bubbling at the back of his mind.
Swear you niggas is hopeless. I should run a clinic for niggas that think they winning on some cold shit. 50 M's for a 3-month road trip. I see straight through them like fish tanks with no fish in them. Drizzy still got some 06 in him. IRS
06 in him. When he was really in his rap bag before you got like the Take Care days.
Like fish tanks with no fish in them. Drizzy still got some 06 in them. IRS all in my books getting they Matlock on. All this capital.
Matlock, right? They getting their lawyer on bars.
It's like I left the caps lock on. It's all in my books getting they Matlock on. All this capital, it's like I left the caps lock on. It's like
I like capital bars. We've heard a few of those before, but capital, he's earning capital. Versus obviously when you leave the caps lock on and everything is typed out in capitals.
Every time I plot a return, I seem to shift the game. See, I can still talk.
Plot a return, I shift the game. So he's got a nice caps lock to shift. Shifting the game, and then the keys line comes in.
Keys without pitching cane. Pay yourself.
Keys without pitching cane. I can move keys, right? So for him, moving keys on a keyboard versus earning, and then keys without pitching cane. That feels like it could be a little Pusha T shot right there. Another subtle jab from Drake.
I seem to shift the game. See, I can still talk keys without pitching cane.
Because who raps about the drug flows and pushing canes? The Pusha T's and the Clipses.
Pay yourself and owe yourself. Before you come to my city, just know yourself. Know where you at. I'm good in every town. I'ma be there doing shows where you at. The lights hitting, women screaming like Jodeci's back, nigga.
But that's where that's where the feeling is. That's where all this shit comes from. You know what I mean? Like the music that you and I
think for me, that first verse is not like there's obvious Kendrick disses, but it's a tone setter, right? Jodeci's back. I need to remind people of my place. Right, I'm a classic now. That's how I feel. This is like Jodeci returning in terms of just that crowd response, that fan engagement. Who does it like I do it? There's definitely, even though it's not a direct response to not being number one on that list, there's definitely I feel the type of way. I'm gonna go talk my shit on wax.
That's where all this shit comes from. You know what I mean? Like the music that you and I used to listen to was just absolutely phenomenal because we went through it all. We went through everything. I remember you loved Jodeci. I mean, like
he's got Dennis on this.
studies.
Isn't it interesting that dynamic gets called into question by Kendrick too?
You even made me.
Your money is just a little Barney's co-op for you to be trying to show out. I'm in your girl ear planting seeds like a grow out. We moved to operation in Cali soon as the snow drop. Oh, stop, please stop arguing about who's the best MC. I think everyone would agree, they know that you're not. I know I'm a short shot. Seeds like a grow out. We moved to operation in Cali soon as the snow drop. Oh,
Move the operation to Cali. He's talking about green. You had a weed, a drug scheme, the snow, the cocaine drop versus like Toronto snows, move it to Cali where it's warmer once the snow drop. But what follows from that line of Cali and the West Coast? What is this discussion of the best MC?
girl ear planting seeds like a grow out. We moved to operation in Cali soon as the snow drop. Oh, stop, please stop arguing about who's the best MC. I think everyone would agree, they know that you're not.
Stop arguing about who's the best MC. I know they think that you're not, you know? For me, especially given the context of the Drake interview, right? And Drake, when he has just those side comments, those side swipes about, you know, no matter what Kendrick does, he's going to get a reward from it. He's going to get accolades from it, right? That's jealousy. That's definitely someone who looks on Kendrick's success and doesn't like it and is green with envy. Someone who does not want to see Kendrick be in that top spot. This, for me, feels like the most direct Kendrick shot. And sure, again, it's a low-key, generalized diss. This is what Drake does. You could take it and apply it in a number of different directions. But context is always key. We need to look at context. And you can call me for a reach, but at the end of the day, this coming off of the back of that MTV list, right? And then months later, Kendrick Lamar dropping his Control verse. There's a number of other domino events and cause and effect events around this that even if maybe Drake isn't necessarily dissing Kendrick, it's still set in a type of way where, you know, it's competitive, and it still made Kendrick feel a certain type of way where he had to name drop and he had to call out and he had to come through with that Control verse energy.
I'm in your girl ear planting seeds like a grow up. We move to operation and
Reflections to first person shooter, anyone?
Cali soon as the snow drop.
And Kendrick's like that response. Fuck the big three, it's big me. When you guys are all trying to talk about your legacy and where you sit.
Please stop arguing about who's the best MC. I think everyone would agree, they know that you're not. I know I'm a short shot, middle finger poking you in your sore spot. Bars sound like I'm under oath, nigga. I Comedy Central roast.
Bars under oath, right? Lawyering versus rap bars. Come on.
You in your sore spot. Bars sound like I'm under oath, nigga. I Comedy Central roast niggas and turn them to ghost niggas. Either I'm getting bigger or you're just getting smaller, or it's both, nigga. I'm just as unforgiving as most niggas. You bit the hand, now starve, it's not a joke, nigga. I hang you with it after I teach you the ropes, nigga. Oh well, bitches paint over your
I hang you with it after I teach you the ropes. I like that bar.
joke, nigga. I hang you with it after I teach you the ropes, nigga. Oh well, bitches paint over.
But again, teaching you the ropes, right? You could see from Drake's ego, from his perspective, though, taking Kendrick on tour, maybe feeling like he's taught some of these MCs the ropes, like a Kendrick. Because even again, flashback to the interview, when Drake is talking about Kendrick being, you know, up and coming, being next up, being hungry. Well, think about the psychology of Drake as he's saying that, right? It's not like he's that much older than Kendrick, but he's saying that and positioning himself as an OG in the game, positioning himself from more of a place of power, right? I think it reveals more psychologically about how he viewed Kendrick as the time and how he looked down at Kendrick. You know, this guy's up and coming. He's still got a lot to learn. I can teach him. I can take him under my wing. I can teach him. I can take him under my wing. I can show him the ropes. But again, just think about positioning. It's all about what isn't said, but the way in which it's worded for me. That just shows kind of Drake's psychology and Drake's true views of Kendrick Lamar at the time.
It's both, nigga. I'm just as unforgiving as most niggas. You bit the hand, now starve. It's not a joke, nigga. I hang you with it.
Again, bit the hand, now starve. I took you on tour. I put you on. I tried to put you on my album.
I teach you the ropes, nigga. Oh well. Bitches paint OVO on their toenails and show up at the show, the after party in the hotel. That 5-star in your city, they know where we at. I hit the lobby, women screaming like Jodeci's back, nigga. Jodeci back. Bitches screaming like Jodeci back. I call the front desk for condoms. She saying they ain't got none. The way that I'm responding, she know that we black, nigga. Fuck you, Jodeci back. Fucking hoes like Jodeci back. I paint pictures and flip words. A nigga would've thought that poetry back. Cold rooftop, hoes turned up. Looking for your bitch.
Love that homage.
Bet she won't turn up. Wonder where she is. Fuck could she be? She's a hoe, she's a slut, she's a freak. Heard a couple niggas hating, but them fuck niggas weak. Count $100,000 like it sucks to be me. Ain't that what you wanted? Stuntin' on you niggas.
Them fuck weak. Sucks to be me. He's got some nice sexual doubles and flips off of that.
$100,000 like it sucks to be me. Ain't that what you wanted? Stuntin' on you niggas. Came in this game, never frontin' on you niggas. Gave your heart and soul. Stories of my pain. Felt naked cause I laid it all, my glory and my shame. Caught fire just to have niggas ignore me in my flame. About to burn down the house they try.
Caught fire just to have them ignore me in my flame. Right, again. Now here's a snub J. Cole. Here's a J. Cole that's not in that conversation on the list, feeling a type of way. Now this verse to me, it's not Kendrick shots. But I think it's another great example though, of just J. Cole walking, skating, talking his shit on a beat, where Drake's firing some shots. Drake's got some subtles that'll make someone feel a type of way. Probably a Kendrick. And there's J. Cole just dancing all over it. Buddy with Drake on it as well. Again, anybody reminiscent of first-person shooter? The parallels are kind of crazy.
In my shame, caught fire just to have niggas ignore me in my flame. About to burn down the house, they try and pull me in the rain. No, fuck your list, you lame niggas and doubters. I'm undoubtedly the hottest, and that's just me being modest. Go check the numbers.
Fuck your list. There it is right there. There's the direct shot at the list. I'm the hottest.
Lame niggas and doubters, I'm undoubtedly the hottest, and that's just me being modest. Go check the numbers, dummy. That's just.
But again, like, and I get this, and it's okay in one sense to be confident, to believe in yourself, because that's what rappers do. But indirectly, though, by saying F your list, there's still some slight towards Kendrick, because who sits at number 1 on that list? Who sits on the top of that list? I don't think that J. Cole's saying F Kendrick. Let's not get that twisted. Let's not reach that far. But you could see, though, where the pot gets stirred, where Kendrick can start to feel a type of way about different things and situations.
Just me getting started. I'm artistic. You niggas is artistic, retarded, started. Hold your applause. What good's a poker face when you jokers show me your cards? David and Goliath taking on the Giants. No need for pause.
Poker face. Who needs a poker face when you jokers? Nice play off of cards. Show me your cards. Nice flips from Cole on that.
When I tell you my balls bigger than yours, Cole. Goliath taking on the Giants. No need for pause. When I tell you my balls bigger than yours, Cole. No false gods. Young Mike playing against the Monstars. Tapping in the 94.
Nice Space Jam bars, man. Michael Jordan playing against the Monstars. Come on.
No false gods. Young Mike playing against the Monstars. Tapping in the 94 Nas. Or that 96.
Nas-illmatic, baby.
On the Giants. No need for pause. When I tell you my balls bigger than yours, Cole.
Even, saying like, hang on, pause. Maybe you say a line that might go a little too far, could be interpreted the wrong way sexually when I'm saying my balls are bigger. Pause.
No false gods. Young Mike playing against the Monstars. Tapping in the 94 Nas. Or that 96 J. Or that chronic shit Drake. Which was really...
Classics mentioned. Nas-illmatic, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt at the time, Dr. Dre and the Chronic.
Slim Shady, I'm silly, my pen crazy. Today I'm out in Philly, my fans waiting for 12 hours just to
Slim Shady getting a shout out too.
get their dollar sign. Thoughts stream like I'm Spotifying. Trench coat flow, bottom line to these
Spotifying, right? His antenna, what he's doing versus thoughts streaming, Spotify shout out. We all know what Spotify's become since then.
dollar sign. Thoughts stream like I'm Spotifying. Trench coat flow, bottom.
And also the fans waiting to sign $1. He had his $1 in a Dream tour when you can get tickets for $1, right?
Just to get their dollar sign. Thoughts stream like I'm Spotifying. Trench coat flow, bottom line. To these too cool for school niggas, I'm Columbine. Flow dumber than your projections.
I forgot that he had a Columbine bar on this, man. That's crazy. Because obviously he had the Eminem bars before that, right? I wonder if he drops that nowadays with more cancel culture.
This makes twice now.
Too cool for school. I Columbine them. School shooting, bars.
Niggas, I'm Columbine. Flow dumber than your projections. This makes twice now. I double what you expected yet. Your colors keep perplexing me. Maybe it's too complex for me, but is this about skills or is this about sales? Cause either fucking way, man, all them niggas is less than me. New legends know that we rap. Bitches screaming like Jodeci back.
Little double XL and complex scheme to end it too. Like, I'm still not getting my accolades and my flowers from these magazines. Why ain't I on the cover?
Maybe it's too complex for me, but flow dumber than your projections. This makes twice now. I double what you expected yet. Your colors keep perplexing me. Maybe it's too complex for me, but is this about skills or is this about sales? Cause either fucking way, man, all them niggas is less than me. New legends know that we rap. Bitches screaming like Jodeci back.
Double what you expected. Double X, double XL. And then too complex for me versus the magazine complex. Again, J. Cole flashing some nice wordplay on the tail end of that. I felt like he built into it. He was sliding, he was skating, and then the second half of that verse, it gets a lot tighter, kind of with the bars and the punches and the way that he drops in. Nice little halftime switch up on this beat. And there we go. There we go. Now look, for me, I don't want to get it twisted, right? I think this was a great excuse just to dive back and put an old song under the microscope. But I really think that it is a unique situation. And I think it's a very interesting storyline and story arc. And do I think that J. Cole sat here firing shots at Kendrick? No, we're not saying that. Let's not get this twisted or distorted. It's just that J. Cole is on a track where Drake could or couldn't be firing at Kendrick. And for all intents and purposes, when you look at everything else in terms of context and just the history and where things are bubbling, yeah, it feels like there's some Kendrick slights from Drake. But J. Cole is on that track again. And then you fast forward to First Person Shooter. J. Cole yet again being featured, being buddy-buddy with Drake, and then talking about their place, their legacy, and their list. And what does Kendrick do? Both times that this happens, Kendrick does not let them have their moments. He doesn't let them breathe. And he drops absolute bombshell verses in response to both. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It all helps. It all goes a long way. Also, don't forget to copy merch. knoxhilldmv.com. We got hats. We got shirts. We got hoodies. Everything you need if you want to rep the brand. If you want to support, it all helps. It all goes a long way. All right, everyone. Stay safe. Stay positive. Take care of this. Take care of this. You know, I'll catch you again.
And like, now mind you, it'll go on in Complex and Rap Radar, give it like verse of the millennium and all that shit or whatever. But like, I'm just saying, it's like, you know, I remember like somebody like asking me, you know, or maybe it was you that was like, is Kendrick Lamar your biggest competition like in this generation or whatever? Yeah. And I think that Kendrick has like the utmost potential, man. Like, you know, I see Kendrick tomorrow, I'm gonna dap him. I didn't feel a way about that verse. I get it.